has the best of customer experience. So whether it's in the banking industry, whether it's healthcare, you are from the healthcare, and you all understand what healthcare means to all of us. So me are na me ba hospital na. Ujojo me a yare ni private. Ebetiako. Yare ni betiaba. Ebetiaba na ebetiaba. Aha, inti ebe koso. Aha, inti wa we fondex no. When I approach you and you are nice to me, it would even reduce or calm me down. So today it's not so much about classroom work. It's about talking to you. It's about talking to me. I want you to see service as a holistic thing. I don't want you to see it like it's a particular unit, customer service, that is supposed to do this kind of thing. And as for me, I'm a lab or I'm at the billing point, so it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with all of us. So I'm going to give you these pieces of papers. These pieces of papers will be used for a few things. So you can just pick any color you want and then move it around. Maybe pick two and then just give others the opportunity to also pick some. Write just one thing. And that thing is, at the end of this training, what do you want to know? What one thing do you want to add to your mind to go home with? Just one. Customer service is basically me having to be making sure that I'm happy and all that, and then it ends there. But when we talk about excellence, and that's why we've done this little exercise. So we are using your own words to come up with what service means to you. And then we are using your own words to come up with what excellence means to you. So for today, in this room, when you hear the word service, what comes to mind? Help, advice. We have two helps, so help, and advice. When we hear the word excellence, what comes to mind? Extremely good, distinction, and what? Outstanding. So just take like 5 hospitals and ask yourself, when it comes to service excellence, the way people feel when they come, are we giving them that experience? When it comes to feedback, are we getting good or bad feedback? When it comes to posts, visits, so people have visited the hospital and they've gone and they've called you, we call it after sales service, and they've called you and they want some information. How are you relating to them? Are they enjoying the kind of voice they hear on phone? Do you know that when I call you on phone, the way you respond to me, I'm not there with you, but I can tell your mood. Do you know that? When you are slugging, I would feel it. When you are enthusiastic, I can feel it. When you are down, I would know. So I don't necessarily need to be in front of you to tell me that you're giving me a good service. All the touch points, that's what we say. The touch points can be through email, can be through phone, through WhatsApp today, through personal visits, through maybe going to the dispenser to get outside. There are developments that you can just go and you dispense maybe medication and stuff from a point like ATM. So every touch point is important. I want you to just focus on these few words. The first one is, our patients buy modern medical equipment. That one is beyond you. The equipment that we provide is leadership. So leadership has a role to play. If they are saying this, they need to make sure that the systems are in place. Where you come in is kind-hearted, so highly qualified. And I'm sure if you're not qualified, you won't be there. You're qualified as a nurse. You're qualified probably as a doctor. You're qualified as a pharmaceutical person. You're qualified as a lab technician. So everybody has a role to play. And once you understand that customer experience is like a collection of different roles that we've added together to interact to get the kind of result that we want, and you play your role, we cannot achieve it. If you don't play your role, everybody else will do theirs, waiting for you to do yours before the jigsaw is complete. So know that you need to play your part. And it says what? With customer satisfaction as a core aim. So if you know that you are customer centric as an organization, it means that you don't take customer feedback lightly. what are some of the little things we can do to give customers the wow experience? Because it's the wow experience that I live with. And that is what I will talk about. That is what will be on my lips. Oh my goodness. It was amazing. So customer experience in healthcare. Basically, that's our focus today. Focuses on how patients view their what? Interactions with healthcare systems. That is from setting up your appointment, using an online portal, viewing a test result. Sometimes you see your results and how you must show an results, and the way the result has been written, you can't even read it. So you are confused. I'm seeing positive, and positive in most cases means what? Is good. So if a patient is seeing positive first, bang. Although in hospital terms, negative is what I should look out for. But when I see positive, I'm thinking, because positive in every part of my life means good. But in the healthcare, positive doesn't mean good. You see the difference? Have you realized that? Yeah. Positive in every sphere of our life is good. But it's only in the healthcare. So somebody who is unaware sees probably, I don't want to say HIV. What other sickness can I use? Typhoid. Once the person sees positive is not good. Positive means I have it. But when I see negative, but if I don't know and I see negative instantly, I might panic. So the way we even communicate information to patient through test results is very important. And that is why most times you cannot explain my test result to me. I have to go to the doctor for the doctor to explain. Because in your explanation, you might go and use a word that might trigger something that is unnecessary. So I want you to just focus on the key words. So support. You offer patients support. You offer them what? Help. You offer them advice. And good customer service spans the entire interactions before, during, and after the patient receive the what? The care. So it is not just about me coming to the hospital and finishing and going. But when I'm gone, and maybe you gave me some medication and you forgot to write the dosage, and I call you and say, oh please, the antibiotic, there is this antibiotic we give to our kids, and usually you need to mix it with water to a particular proportion. And most times, I always mix it more. So when I go, I beg, mix it yourself, so that when I go, I'll just pour. If you did not do that, and let's say I get home and I call you and I say, oh, I forgot to let you mix it. Now I'm putting the water where I can't see the mark, and you're not patient enough to explain to me that, oh, ma'am, share, and people say, ma'am, you did that. What will you feel? Ma, and you talk to me as if I don't know what I'm about. The experience you've given me, the entire experience you've given, just that little thing, the after sales service, might erupt all the nice experience. So you understand that it is not just one thing. Everything matters when it comes to service experience. Okay? So customer experience would have just been, oh, Mebaho, you were nice to me and all that. I'm happy. Thank you. I'm gone. But now we are talking about experience beyond satisfaction. Maybe you live in Medina. You've closed from work. You've seen kids playing in the nasty gutters and all that, and at the same time eating and all that. Whether you're a nurse or not, you work for a hospital, you can quickly say, no, you can't do this. You cannot be eating around this gutter. It is not healthy for you. It is not this for you. With time, you'll get to know that, oh, mommy nurse. Although you are not a nurse and you work in a hospital, they'll just name you mommy nurse. So your community is having an impact, and that is an experience. So it is not always that the hospital itself will do things for the community. But I always want us to look at it from our own individual space. How well are we impacting our community? So when it comes to experience, remember that community outreach and impact is also important. And you also have a role to play. People are different. In some customs, when you go and I use my left hand to give you something, it is fine. When I use my right hand, it is fine. Whichever hand I use, it is okay. But in our context, Africa, if I use my left, I'm very sensitive. Anytime I give you something with my left, sorry for my left, because sometimes I cannot help using my left, but I need to excuse myself for using my left. But in other jurisdictions, it is okay. You can call me by my first name. Hi, Genevieve. But here, if you don't add Mrs., Doctor, Chief, whatever, you are in trouble. So based on having this mindset, when customers come to your organizations or your institutions, you should be able to tell that, okay, this madam, anytime she comes and I call her Mrs., she gives me some face. There are some people that probably their marriages have ended. They've had bad experience in marriage. So when they hear the word Mrs. and you're adding my husband's name, I get very upset. Some too, if you don't add it, it is wahala. So you should be able to know, and we call it know your customer. When you've seen a customer more than necessary, you should know the customer's preference. Experience deals with preferences. What I want, so you customize it for me, not a generic thing. You get it? When you take ownership of my complaint, when you take ownership of something that I'm bringing to your doorstep, regardless of the role you played in it, I am grateful and I feel you are ready to help. So when I am gone, with that experience of what she did to me, because of what you did, it has reduced the negative experience. So always look at it as a chain reaction. Because you have given me a percentage of satisfaction, a percentage of good feel, what she did to me, because it's the same organization, yours would, I'd say, a negative and positive. What is positive and negative? I'm testing you. Positive and negative, what is it? Positive and negative is what? Negative is what? Positive, negative is what? I'm worried, don't mind. Don't mind. Okay. So nege Paul. You won't remember your school days. Good. So when I get a negative experience or a negative vibe, and I get a positive vibe, there's a bit of neutralization. When I get a negative and a negative vibe, it increases it. It becomes high. Nege. So the poor in this case is bad poor, not good poor. You get it? Because it has gone beyond expectation. But when it is negative and positive, at least the positive will erode small of the negative because she owned my complaint. But I think, do you see the service provider's face? You still see, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. Tell us, did you see smile? Did you see eye contact? Okay. S and M happened here. Did we see that? I saw it. You saw it too? You saw it too. So it tells you that it's very important for us to make eye contact. I know sometimes it's very uncomfortable, especially when it's a man and a woman. And the man has to look in your eyes, talking to you. Sometimes you feel very uncomfortable, right? It's like, why is this man looking? And in Ghana especially, or Africans especially, we are not used to eye contact. But outside, when you are lying, that is when you cannot look at me. So trustworthiness is actually attributed to people who cannot look into the eyes of people, and confidence, lack of confidence. So people think you are not confident enough if you cannot look at them outside. But Ghana, it is normal. But from today, I don't want you to see it as normal. I want you to stand out. I want you to what?
Stand out.
I want you to be distinctive, outstanding. What else? What other word? Extremely good. Extraordinary. So these are the words. Anytime you remember me, say that, oh, Dr. Genevieve says I should be outstanding. I should be distinctive. I should be extremely good. Everything about me should be what? On point. Don't just be normal. Don't just be ordinary. Being ordinary doesn't help.
Hi, good morning. How are you? So please, my name is Yeboah. How may I help you? Sorry about that. It's okay, it's also. Okay, so I would like to give you some comments and I'll take your right.
So at least we saw the introductory aspect. So now the next thing is listen attentively. So we are going to get to, yes sir.
I have a question.
Yes,
So
please.
does it mean those are the followings have to introduce themselves to the patient?
Yes. So when I walk to you, let's say I've come to you. Good morning. Good morning. How may I help you? Okay, so that's where the variation is. I'll explain. Good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
Thank you.
First name is Monday.
So because we are not used to, it makes it look a bit extraordinary, but it is normal. So when I walk into your space, probably I know, sometimes you see, like I'm seeing some faces, I'm like, don't I know some of these faces? And then looking at the smile back and the person saying, yeah, you do. Then I'm like, you are, I can't remember the name. So when I say you are, then the person will say, oh, okay, Genevieve, then it's fine. When I come to your space, and because I'm physically present, you look at me and, good morning. If you know me, or I've visited the premises more than 3 times, by now you should know my name. Do you get, that is what we say. If I have visited your premises more than 3 times, and I have engaged with you in particular, you should know my name. So once I come, and you see me, good morning, Madam Genevieve, it tells me that you know me already. So you don't need to even worry yourself and tell me your name, because I may not remember your name, but I can tell that there is that relationship. But in the event where I can also ask, hi, you are, they say, Hilda. Because you see, in the space of that moment, it's difficult for her to follow the same flow and introduce herself. But at the end of the conversation, her name will still come out. If I don't remember, I'll say, and what is your name? So I'm leaving with her name in my mind. So it's a cycle. If it works perfectly in your space, you use it. But there are standards that we cannot go. So by the end of this one, I'll tell you the ones that you cannot do without, regardless whether it's face-to-face or it's on phone. But in this scenario, if she see me at the hospital and I visited and she did not mention her name, it's okay. Because the assumption is that before the end of the conversation, I'll still get to know her name. And if she mentioned my name from the beginning, perfect. But if she did not, and she's looking for my file, she'll definitely say, please, what's your name? Don't they do that? Yes. So definitely there will be that introduction. You get it? So we need another set from the back to do 1, 2, 3, 4 for us. Thank you.
How are you doing? My name is Isaac Bo, Madam. Come here, I know your name. Second. How may I help you this morning? So I'll quickly check your vitals and I'll help you to go and see the doctor.
Wow.
Right, thank you.
So when I'm talking to you and you're telling me something and I'm trying to follow, you would know if I'm following you by nodding. But my phone, so I'm not listening. And when I'm interjecting when you are talking, I'm also not listening. I need to listen. That's why the word is what? Attentively. So that whatever you say, if I need to reiterate, to make sure that I've heard you clearly, I can come back and say. If I'm not sure, I can always say, okay. And when you are done, I'll say, so I'm going to get A, B, C done. If it's not correct, you correct me. So I don't show my ignorance, but it's important to listen attentively, okay? And then the last set will do the whole thing for us. Thank you. The entire thing. So smiling, making eye contact, introduction, listening attentively, and then expressing thanks. My people at the back.
Good morning. My name is Derek.
Hey, what is it?
And I'm going to do some emphasis.
Please, which inquiries would you like?
Please do and see
I think so. Kindly let me check. Yes, please, we do it.
So my teeth is
We can help you, we can assist you to get the state of your teeth revised. So, according to our procedures, we are going to pay a total amount of $10,000.
too much expensive.
Too much.
Don't worry.
Don't you have any other?
There is another procedure that we can, and it's also some of the procedure that we are supposed to do for you. I want to cost about $4,500.
So may I know your name?
Please, my name is Derek Aponza. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You saw eye contact? No. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of no. Okay, did you see that eye contact being made? Did you see the smile first?
Yes.
Okay, you didn't see the eye contact. What about the eye? What about attention or listening attention? And what about expressing thanks? How did he express the thanks? Thank you very much. Good. So you can say thank you very much. Hope to see you again soon, or looking forward to serving you again, or any of them, whatever the standard is in your organization. So the eye contact, why couldn't you make? Is it uncomfortable? You did. Okay. So your jury says they didn't say you don't perceive motion.
Doctor, or your wife,
if it's your role, so you're a marketer, your journey will start, or the journey you take people through will start from you yourself being knowledgeable about the kind of offerings that you give at Yeboah. So Yeboah wants to stand out when it comes to healthcare. Yeboah wants to be the #1, especially in diabetes control. There is a reason. There are some who are into endocrine. There are some who are into prostate. There are some who are into fertility. So yours is diabetes. So it tells you that when you are going out to talk to customers, you should know. Your knowledge base should be high. So that when you are marketing to me as a client, you know what you are telling me. So your journey will start from you yourself being aware of your products before you can sell. Do you get it? Your journey as a nurse would be you making sure that you are psychologically okay. So that when a customer or a client comes to you, or a patient comes to you, and I'm giving, like I said, the scenario I set, my nails, see how long my nails are. When you put that thing there, always, it doesn't pick. So sometimes, some people will say, okay, then they'll use another, you have another thing you use. So if they're not getting it here, most times my pinky finger. But if it's still too long, I think they have another way, I've forgotten, but you have another way of checking the pulse, right? That's my pulse or something like that. So the whole idea is that the experience that I have to go through with you, the journey, can start from when you are taking my vitals. Because from the next point, you need to ask me, how old are you if it's the first time? If it's not the first time, you have my information already. But you ask me, maybe I'm an auntie, so before you take my BP, you say, Madam, please relax for like some 1 minute. Don't you say that? So my journey with you starts from where you are taking my vitals. Then you now see the vitals take me to the doctor, and then when I'm done with the doctor, you make sure my medication and everything is brought to me, and then I'm done with you. But when I go home and I'm having problems, do I still come back to you, or I call the doctor? So everybody in their journey, but mapping the customer's journey first of all, the customer needs to be aware of what offerings you have and whether I will make the choice to consider coming to your facility. And how do I make that choice? It is because of somebody telling me, or maybe I visited the facility before, I've seen it somewhere, the area looks good, like yours, just in East Legon, it looks nice. So maybe I would want to be there. Then, access and scheduling. How do I schedule my appointment? Do you have flexibility? Is it online? You don't have the online service. But I know some hospitals have gone digital. You can just go online and make an appointment to see a doctor. So what are the touch points? What points can I use to schedule? Because that is all part of the experience. Can you imagine if I could just call maybe *124 and just dial and then Yeboah Hospital, appointment available? How would I feel? I don't need to call you, I don't need to speak to you, just with my phone, I just make an appointment. And then I can access it easily at the time I want to access it. Not come there and the place is all choked. I can't get to see my doctor, they'll say, wait, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe I have something doing, I want to go and do it and come. So once there is flexibility in scheduling, it makes the experience greater. Engagement and visit. Now I am in the hospital. I have come to the hospital. I have seen the nurse. My folder has been given to you, so I've come to see you. I have finished, I've gone to see Dr. Mate. Dr. Mate is my, when I mentioned Dr. Mate this evening, so I've gone to see Dr. Mate. I've had an experience with Dr. Mate. The engagement and the visit has been great, or otherwise. I'm gone. Post-care and follow-ups. Maybe I need to call back to say that the medication, I'm having some reaction. Who do I speak to? Definitely, maybe I don't have Dr. Mate's number. I don't have the pharmacist number. So when I call, it will come to you. Do you get it? When it comes to you, how do I feel? How do you prioritize the need I have brought to you? And then we go to billing and insurance. Over there, somebody does the billing, right? So you make sure that once we are done, the bill I'm supposed to pay, sometimes I use card. So when I bring my card, I'm done. I don't know what happens, I'm gone. But if there is a problem, you always call me and say, oh, probably the medicine we gave you, the insurance company says this and that, you need to come and pay us the difference or whatever. And then feedback and loyalty. Here, I always say it's very important to me because we don't serve people just because we want to serve them today and then that's it. It's not transactional. It is relationship building. So loyalty comes in when I am satisfied of the service you've given me. Now I have gone beyond the satisfaction. I have had a wow experience. I'm happy. I'm more than happy. Just the feeling I gave you eating my honeysuckle, what food did I mention? You guys are sharp. So you have shrimp toppings. So you have it at the back of your mind, yes. And Coke. Chilled Coke. So the feedback and loyalty tells me that there should be loyalty programs where customers are probably getting some newsletters from you, are getting updates of some packages you are bringing up. Maybe if I visit the hospital like 6 times in a month, maybe so you are praying I should be sick, That's what I'll say. But you don't need to be reactive. So I don't need to be sick before I come to the hospital. But then there is like this telemedicine, if I'm not feeling too well, or maybe I'm having a headache, or maybe I just want some advice, I could always call. So you put together different things that would excite your customers. Things that will make us feel that you are part of us. So I don't need to be sick and come to the hospital, but I can always dial a doctor's number and the doctor can talk to me. Or I can dial a paramedics. So I can dial somebody's number and they can talk to me and tell me that, oh, okay, probably you need to see us, or maybe just get to the pharmacy and get ABC done. So when all these things are done, then my journey is complete. But when you miss any of these, what happens is that I don't get excitement, I don't get the experience that I'm supposed to get. So with this understanding, I don't know if there are any questions before I task you to do your work for me. Because everybody's role is different. So I just want you to map, as you are saying it, you break it down for me. So when it comes to you, like I said, the awareness and information seeking bit is me coming for you to do the blood sampling, or maybe if it's a scan, it's the same people who do. Oh, the scan people are different. So you are just for the vitals and the blood, the urine run test. So when you run the test, then what next? So no, the patient should not go back to the result would come, and then after the result, you don't give the result to the patient. It goes to, most times it goes to the doctor, because yours is in the hospital space. And when it goes to the doctor, what next? So your work has ended. So you see that your customer journey is like just 3, but your customer journey is like all of theirs put together, because if everybody goes round, they come back to you. And then the nurse's own is the example I use. The nurse's own is more of me coming for the vitals, you checking my vitals, giving it to the doctor calling me, and most times you go with us. So when you hand me over to the doctor and I'm done, you make sure I get my medication, and then probably there is after or post care. It ends there. The accountant, or who is the cashier? Who?
She's there.
But you're also cashier. So the cashiers, your journey is, where do you think your journey starts from?
Before or after
So your journey is also, your customer journey is quite different. So I want you to do it the way you understand it. And then a few of us will share, and then I'll get to know if you understand what the journey is.
So please, we are from the cashier department. So we welcome the patients by saying hello. Hello ma'am, hello sir. Good morning, good afternoon or good evening. Then we don't normally mention our names. Or sometimes we know them. So hello sir, hello Mr. Anand, welcome. Something like that. We know they are coming to pay. So we ask them, please, do you know, are you aware of the amount you are supposed to pay? Maybe, yes, 200 or 250, 300. But then sometimes they will be different from the ones on our system. So we will tell them they are supposed to pay 300 to this for physician consult. But then they added some labs, let's say sugar. So please, now you are paying 380 to this or 400.
Firstly, we apply the smile effects. So after, we make sure the patient checks his or her vitals being taken. After the vitals are being taken, the patient has to go and see the nurse. After being, we're going to see the doctor. So after, the doctor might bill labs.
Firstly, we welcome the patient to the phlebotomy area. That's where we take the blood sample. So after taking the blood sample, we go ahead to run the labs. After running the labs, we analyze and make verification of the results before we send it to the doctor.
So with the external is we have the local engagement and the corporate engagement as well. So with the local engagement is trying to engage people or clients at the shopping centers and at the mall as well. And with the corporate engagement is going to companies to pitch in the Yeboah hospital and the services we offer. With the internal services too, is basically with engaging with the patients.
We are nurses. So this is how our customer service training goes. So when a patient comes, we greet the patient and we establish rapport. That is when our acronym SMILE comes in. So from there, we check patient's vitals. That's temperature, pulse, respiration, and oxygen saturation. We sometimes ask patients to sit back if particularly the blood pressure is high. We find a way of telling the patient. Sometimes the patient will feel like obema mache, but then we are able to explain to the patient the reason why we want him or her to sit back, then come later for us to check the vitals. We also ensure patient is being ushered into the doctor's consulting room.
You might not necessarily agree with your boss all the time, but it is wrong on your part to show, say, but you have your mind, you get it. It's a mystery. But what facts are point you to learn how to what? Manage your boss. Say, Obi and for Buamawa. I said, one for Buama make customer if you are wanting America. So you should know that the internal customer is also as important as your external customer. Please, unless you regulate from that stand for me. Back to my slide. So in conclusion, we're supposed to do 2 more scenarios, but I won't do it because we've already done a lot of the role play. And quickly, I'll take you through some of the confusions that goes on when people visit your premises. If, for instance, I come there with my son, I used my son earlier on when I was making the scenario. When I come with my son and he has a complaint to make to the doctor, and the doctor is not listening to the child, you know how sometimes children can explain what is wrong with them better than even we adults. So when the doctor is not patient enough to listen, what happens is that the doctor might think he's solving a problem, but he might not necessarily solve the child's problem. And I've had series of reports, even at your end. And when I hear them, I always refer back to the hospital. That I had a complaint, somebody said they brought their child. As the child was talking, my doctor was also, so the doctor was not listening to what the child is saying. So at the end of the day, thank you. At the end of the day, you don't get the kind of feedback that you need. And so the child felt, mommy, the doctor doesn't listen at all. Because children have been taught that it is good to what? Listen. And today you've also learned that it is important to listen what? Attentively. So it is not what you think or what you are saying. It is me, I'm the patient, and I'm telling you what I want. So you keep quiet, you listen to me, and then you can solve my problem. And not just the doctors, but all of us. We need to make sure that service is competent. Competence in anything means that you are skilled in it. Oh, you know why you and then it should be convenient. I should be able to access healthcare everywhere. I don't have to struggle before I get a doctor to take care of me. It's so unfair when I come to the hospital and I see that people have been seated for days. People are sick and they're on the floor. And it tells you the kind of system we find ourselves in. So you count yourself privileged when you're not in that condition. But ask yourself, when you're in that condition, is it going to be convenient for you? No. So what role can you play today that you have the opportunity to play a role? So that somebody who comes to your hospital or your facility will be taken care of well. Service must be what? Personalized. So like we showed in the simulation exercise and the case study. You don't make it general. Customize it to suit me. And I love it. One of you said, I normally know the names of my customers. I think it was you. You said if they come to you, say Mr. So and so, because the person has visited you more than once. So personalize, make me feel good. Make me feel that you know you are dealing with Genevieve and not me. You get it? Don't generalize it. What is empathy? Does anybody know what empathy means? Empathy, what does it mean?
Putting yourself in someone's shoes.
Excellent. Clap for her. So as I'm here, maybe I'm wearing this nice shoe and wave my own fit. I tell you, because you see that our last community. Maybe I may buy now, maybe I'm feeling some serious pain. You know how ladies, when we wear our shoes, like, say, when I get it in there, walk on a nim now, but we've been to teach you at my own nim, brow, and I say, I share heels, 10. Oh, Nancy, I just not so yeah, who said, peace and composure, that's good. So you don't want people to see what you are going through. So you apply peace and composure, but you are suffering. So empathy is you putting yourself in somebody's shoes. It's in this case, we should not have I was saying, what's in this days, and you're 91 Shana and go years out. You know, feel for people. So especially your space, when you're providing service, you need to feel. You need to feel for people. You need to put yourself in our shoes. That's it was the point in making me yare more. Do you get it? So play your role, regardless of how the environment is treating you and whether you are motivated. Whilst you are there, I always say that when I get to my office, I have my own issues. Nobody is free from trouble. We have different troubles at different phases of our life. But anytime I'm troubled, I don't bring it to work. When I get to my car park or in front of my door, whatever burden it is, I lift it and put it down. When I close, immediately, I don't want to carry it back. I leave it there and I go. But if you close and you decide to carry your burden, remember that there's another burden waiting for you at home. So it means every day you are doubled with burden. So the point is that always leave your troubles behind and remember that God will see you through. Don't carry your troubles. So empathize with people. Put yourself in the shoes of others. Feel for people. Become humane. Be a human being. And the world will be beautiful for all of us. Okay? So in conclusion, I would say that we do refresher courses often like this so that yes, in your own trust, so as often as you are reminded that you need to do A, you need to do B, you need to do C. At least in the one to cry, what is man? One to cry, what to be before for Obia can be word. What is it? So I have learned something. Never stop learning, okay? Never stop learning. And when you learn, don't just learn, apply. So as you are going back, I do mystery shopping a lot. You'll be there and I'll pass by. Maybe I've already sent somebody there. And the person will give me feedback. So I'll pass by to check if it's true or it's not. But you don't need to see me or see somebody making sure you're doing the right thing before you do it. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody watches. So the whole idea is that learn and go and effect change. Learn and let's see the result. Learn and let's feel that some learning has taken place, because other than that, there is no point. On this note, I'd like to say thank you. And for the next 5 minutes, any questions, any comments, I'm all ears so that we can have our lunch, take some pictures, and call it a day. Thank you.